regulations.
I'm shocked.
And I'm so shocked because
Why are you shocked?
I think even,
Oh my God. Well, he's being a comedian over there. Let's get to the point. The bottom line is the Bilderberg Group is a real group.
the Bilderberries make ice cream.
Sorry, the Bilderberg Group is a
It's
real
a wonderful
group.
ice cream, though.
See, all your joking is just crazy today. The bottom line, these people are real, and you need to look them up online. If you go to hiphoprepublican.tv and .com, the .tv video will show you the full range of this video. You'll be able to watch it. It's a little over an hour and a half.
Hour and 50 minutes.
Yes, almost 2 hours of a video. And it's interesting, the fact of the matter is that this part of this conspiracy, if you believe it or not, there are some valid points that we need to take into place. KRS-One is an artist, that a hip-hop artist that's been around for a long time, and he's been talking to the black community. And even the Public Enemy has been talking to the black community. But again, this is a blackface story. Well, we think because this is a black president, he's going to work in our best interest. I was talking to an older African-American woman who was a Democrat, and she was appalled that I was a Republican. She had no just reason other than she kept telling me how the white man was racist and they were Republican. Every white male that is a Republican is racist in her mind. And every white in America is racist, is a Republican. For some reason, she doesn't think that white people that are Democrat are racist.
Does she think Democrat? None of them. Did you ask her?
I asked her
She said
about
all
that.
white Democrats
No, she
are
said,
not.
well, there are some Democrats that are some. Yes, she said there are some.
Okay.
So she couldn't give me any logic of. I said, well, let me ask you this: you have urban communities like in Los Angeles and the communities over by Crenshaw and the Lamarck area, where the developers have just basically procrastinating and moving forward and helping those communities, providing stores that me and you would love to go to, things that we can go, a great infrastructure. I buy a home, I can walk or drive within 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know about you, but this area, Los Angeles area, the Lamarck Park area, where our show is taped, we are in one of the most wealthiest African-American communities in the country.
Still hear gunshots.
Still hear gunshots. Still hear helicopters fly over late at night, 11 o'clock at night.
Can't get my street clean.
Look at the street clean, trash can.
Can't
Also, the fact that we cannot even have decent stores and markets because the developers are still leery about coming here. And they're in bed with the politicians who typically just do not want to see progressive growth within the urban communities. Same thing in Detroit. Same thing in Chicago. Same thing in New York. If you look at those urban communities, they're ran by African-American Democrats, older Democrats that have bamboozled your mind into telling you that the white man hates you. The blue-eyed white man hates you. He's nothing about black and white.
Them too.
You have a black face that hates you and not working in your best interest. They don't like you. If they liked you, the first thing would have been on Obama's agenda was to go back into urban communities. But he's federal. So I don't know why people thought because they're going to have this federal president that's going to be government that's going to govern the people when they don't do that. Local government does. And of course, if the president can't instill the state leaders to instill the local leaders to be in charge and do to help the people, what good is that? What good is that?
It's good because he can declare moratoriums.
Moratoriums as far as?
Stuff. Like the recent oil, he had a moratorium. It was convincing. You get to go on TV, make an announcement, and they put a moratorium.
The fact that we think about the current administration and the Bilderberg Group, they do exist. And I'm telling you, the deception that Obama is providing for you is not helping you move forward. It's not helping you in your lifestyle. It's not paying your bills. It's not putting you to another financial or educational thought plan level. Where that comes from is you doing your research and your homework and you reading and you watching this show with videos that are on hiphoprepublican.tv talking about the Obama deception. This video was taken and taped 2 months right after he was elected into office. And as we saw, it talked about China. These are people that are rich in minerals. Africa that's rich in minerals, that China wants their resources, and we want their resources.
Yeah.
So the question is, who's going to get their resources? Who's
Certainly
going to do the
Africans.
best negotiation? And of course, the Bilderberg Group said, well, what would be the best thing to do? Get a blackface. Get a blackface on there so that we can have control of those resources in Africa. And so let's do things or allow things to happen to hurt Africa. So let's go into talking about Africa. Let's talk about Haiti.
Okay. 'Cause I was just wondering.
Go ahead.
How come the Republicans don't go just get them a black man? They had one for a minute. They had Colin Powell. Let's go get another one. They had Condoleezza. What's with you? Make a commitment. They got Michael Steele. What is it? It's just the Democrats are better at picking the black man. The Republican, you got to go. You got these black men. You got Michael Steele. You ran Colin Powell out of there.
This is not about picking a black man.
Why can't you just make the same? You can win too.
A man that's going to best
run
serve
Shirley,
the American
run
people.
Huzar.
And if you're going to use a black man as a black face, then black people think that he's going to help black communities and urban communities. People are crying and they're wearing shirts and they're singing Umbaya, which instead of Kumbaya is Obama. They're singing all their songs about how wonderful he is, and yet is he really helping you move forward?
Well, get Bobby Jimbo out.
Again, the Republicans aren't in charge. The Democrats are in charge.
Well, that's why
they're in charge of running us into the ground. Cutting off capitalism, cutting off financial sources for us to generate more money. Or try to go get a loan right now. Try to go get a small business administration loan. You're going to go through every paper in the world. They're going to ask you everything but your cousin's birthday. I mean, try these things. If you think I'm making this up, if you think I'm hypothetically putting this in my head, you go out and try to get a loan and see if you can get a small business going under this administration. They're not working your best interests. Now, we were talking about Haiti before you go into that next part of that video that you're at right now.
Same one?
One last try.
Damn, okay.
This is, again, a part
of the leftist stuff. I think you're chasing all the white folks away.
This is the reality of where we're at under this administration, where they're doing underground private meetings. And it's up to me and you to hold them accountable. You need to do your homework. Bilderberg Group, do your homework on that. Find out what's going on and how they are basically conspiring against the American people.
That's right.
This is not about Republicans or Democrats. This is about you, the American consumer, not knowing what's going on a higher level. We look at Haiti. Now, I don't get it. We just had a tragic thing that happened in Haiti. The world comes together when we see that others are in need, and we provide that need. But apparently, according to a CNN report, and I've showed this video, and I've looked for this video. They're not showing you this video anywhere online anymore, but I watched it live, where they have warehouses, family, of food that they're holding that was only 3 miles away from the orphanage that are all, they just barely have crumbs for beans for those kids, but the warehouse is almost a football field of food in a warehouse for Haiti, but they're not getting to the people. What is this about? Why do they want to continue to starve the people of Haiti? Why are the leaders, again, I don't get sometimes these African leaders that don't take care of their own.
But these are Haitian leaders.
These are Haitian leaders that apparently are allowing this food, and these things that are needed to survive being held against the people. I mean, what do you feel about that?
I think it's another example of the oppressed becoming the oppressors, and that when you deal with people, you've got to be careful about how you get the supplies in there. On the other hand, you need to get the supplies in there. And unfortunately, we have the same issue going on.
Okay, so you have the supplies in there. You have an orphanage.
You got to keep trying. You got to keep trying, Shirley.
Children sleeping on the floor.
I know, it's a shocker. They have the same thing going on in Korea.
Contain very few cans.
I know.
And yet 3 miles away, you've got a warehouse of food.
And people don't know. And it's always something, you got to look at who you cut the deals with, but this is going all around the world, Shirley.
Shirley,
it's terrible. It is terrible.
If you listen to that moment, I watched the whole thing, and it was very, very touching. But listen to the message the guy said. He said, this happens in every tragedy. So when you make a point of focus only on Haiti at this time under a specific government, he says everyone, Katrina, all of them. It
shows you corrupt governments that don't take care of their people.
And it's been going on, so you can't make a light of it now.
North Korea is known for that. They're letting everybody starve, too.
It's bad. It's
Same
really bad.
thing.
It's really bad.
Here you are, a consumer. Let's say you gave to these organizations, and you gave your money, and then part of your money is sitting in the warehouse. How do you think that makes me feel?
Well,
I mean, I'm pissed at this.
Well, don't hold it against them. See, that's part of the issue with the backlash.
Who is the them?
Don't hold it against the charitable organizations.
Oh, I'm not holding it against the charitable organizations.
They're doing everything
I
they
don't
can.
understand Haiti's government not helping their own.
Haiti's had some problems with corruption for a long time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about that.
No, we have a story we're going to do talking about the incidence of rapes going up after the earthquake.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay.